Hi guys, I'm coming to your school to tell you all about the Irish in the First World War. In the Second World War, Ireland was a neutral country. We didn't fight. In the First World War, we were part of the British Empire and we had to fight. Now, we were not conscripted. In England, you had to join the army. No choice. In Ireland, it was a matter of choice. So, did we join? Well, actually, tens of thousands of us did sign up, did fight in the trenches. And they fought for a variety of reasons. Some fought because they were patriots. They believed that by fighting they were bringing us one step closer to home rule. Others fought because being in the army was a job. You had to pay the bills. And people fought for various reasons. Some people fought because they felt it was right. Whatever the reason, nearly 100,000 Irish men and some Irish women found themselves in the hell of Passchendaele, the Somme, Verdun, the Marne, all those battles where you had a trench load of Germans on one side and a trench load of the Allies on the other side, fighting across no man's land, hundreds of thousands being slaughtered weekly, and a huge number of Irish people lost their lives. I'm going to tell you all about the Irish there, and I'm going to focus not on the people who carried guns, but on the people who didn't carry guns. I'm going to talk about the war artists who went there to record the carnage. One of the most famous of the war artists, William Orpen, was a Belfast man. I'm also going to talk about the nurses. And why am I going to talk about the nurses? Well, my great aunt Nellie actually fought for 4 years. Well, served for 4 years. She won the Military Cross. She's only one of 127 women who won the Military Cross, and only a handful were presented by the King themselves. She met the King in Buckingham Palace in 1919 and was presented with this in person. It's a thing the family is quite proud of because she served in the hell here but did not carry a gun, and I'm very proud of that. Her brother Michael also served in the trenches and didn't carry a gun. He was an army chaplain. So why did Nellie get a medal? Well, a lot of people got a medal for participation. Oh yes, they had medals for participation back then too. Michael got a medal for participation, nothing else. There's some soldiers on the bench behind me, fast asleep or wounded, actually wounded. Could be one of the people Nellie was helping. Nellie got her medal because she earned it. She was in a field hospital in 1917. The hospital on the front line was bombed and destroyed, and she was ordered to evacuate. She refused to leave the hospital until every last soldier was removed safely. She stayed there under shell for an entire day, and because of that extreme gallantry, she was given this medal by the King, and we're very proud of it. As I said, only 127 given to women during that conflict. Conflict lasted 4 years, and she served every week of those 4 years. And a lot of Irish people were here. We're going to talk about the war poets as well, because a lot of people were so horrified by what they saw in the trenches. They saw degradation, they saw death. They saw mustard gas attacks that would get into your lungs and blister your skin and blister the skin of your lungs. People who got who've experienced mustard gas attacks often suffered 30 years later from it. Then there was shell shock. My Aunt Nellie, my dad will tell me that she was an absolute terror. Everyone was scared of her. Why? Because she was suffering from shell shock. She was psychologically damaged by her experiences in the trenches, like a lot of people were. And they gave the best years of their life. A whole generation was doomed and damned by the conflict. It was one of the most hellish conflicts that humanity had seen up to that point. And we're going to talk about the Irish in that. History is fascinating. History is not always about the politicians, the battles, and the major things. History is about the people who lived through it, like my great-grandaunt. And when I talk about my great-grandaunt, of course, my father worked with her, so it affected my father. The effects of the war lasted for a generation, 2 generations. It sparked the Second World War. So strap yourselves in. Keep your head down in case you get hit by a bomb. If you can't keep your head down, put on your helmet, because when I visit your school, it's going to be exciting. We're going to go through everything about the First World War and the Irish involvement. I hope you enjoy it. I hope it makes you think. And I hope it gives you a perspective on a hidden aspect of Irish history.